Alec Baldwin's trial for manslaughter got suddenly dismissed in the middle of the day on Friday. And I don't think that you guys covered this on Friday.
No.
It hadn't happened yet. But let's take a look at his reaction as the motion to dismiss was granted. He burst into tears. And I think you can see his wife in this video as well. He just breaks down. What's with the sound?
Now, with respect to the jury, I don't imagine you all want to return on Monday. I will take care of the jury.
Thank you.
He's hugging his lawyer.
Meanwhile, Hannah Gutierrez Reed is over there in jail like...
Really? Really?
She's doing the meme face right now.
I mean, I definitely predicted that he would not be convicted.
No.
I mean, I don't think anyone
if you're wondering
thought he would face consequences.
Why the case was dismissed, the state withheld information and evidence crucial to the case.
This says the prosecutor resigned in the middle of the hearing because the judge found out that the prosecution withheld evidence surrounding how live ammunition got into the gun that he fired while filming Rust.
The ammo was turned over after Hannah Gutierrez Reed was convicted by an ex-police officer named Troy Teskey, who just happens to be friends with Hannah Gutierrez Reed's dad.
This is literally on Thursday last week. A retired police officer walked into the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office and dropped off a batch of bullets that were connected to the case. And once again, nobody told Alec Baldwin's defense lawyers. So they decided not to voice any complaints about that and spring a trap on the prosecution, which led to it getting dismissed. And there's no retrial.
They were speaking to an evidence tech named Marissa Popple, who then basically was questioned, said, "You received this evidence, right?" And she's like, "Yes." And then had to admit, like, "Well, why didn't you share that with us?"
They had a pattern of not sharing evidence with Alec Baldwin's defense team over and over and over again, and their complaints were being ignored until now. But a defense lawyer told Variety, "I think it was incredible lawyering to discover this evidence, to show the court through cross-examination what happened to it, and get a dismissal with prejudice in 24 hours. I've never seen that happen." So I guess he has his lawyer to thank for this.
It says he set the wheels in motion Thursday afternoon at the end of several hours of cross-examination. He asked Popple about a good Samaritan who had dropped off bullets at the sheriff's office. She acknowledged that this had happened, and then he said that nobody had told the defense, and she said it was not her responsibility to do so. Oh, it was the old, I was just following orders thing, right? Like, that's not my job. He goes, "You buried it." I'm sure that was said very vociferously in the courtroom.
And Alec Baldwin put out a statement after the trial saying, "There are too many people who have supported me to thank just now. To all of you, you will never know how much I appreciate your kindness toward my family." I'm sure he's going to post another one of those weird photos where he's cradling Ilaria on Instagram. And now he's free to, have his reality TV show on TLC and take all the work he wants.
I got a question for you. Does it say something about the culture that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard got like 8,000 times the public interest?
Yes. It says a lot about the culture, because this is what I said at the time, and I was probably worse at saying it then when we were in the middle of it. But the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial became a proxy war between men and women right at the point where red pill content was really soaring in popularity. And then I think it had its heyday last year, and it's on the decline now.
There's a $20 from Nate, says J.D. Vance announced as VP.
Oh, just now?
Just now.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. We'll have to wait to hear
I
what
don't
Tim
know
has
what
to
to
say
make
about
of that because I don't pay attention to politics.
Wouldn't have been my choice, but that's okay.
What would have been your choice?
Look, I would have rather had Vivek.
Imagine if after all this time he chooses Alec Baldwin.
And then what it is, he does that on purpose so that he can send Baldwin to events to do his Trump impersonation as if it was a Saturday Night Live event.
Yeah.
Right? That would be perfect.
It's basically his evil twin.
Look, he would do something.
There was also this really bizarre moment in the trial that got reposted everywhere. It got millions of views. I have no idea what the context is, but I just felt like it needed to be shared here.
I really appreciated the acting that he did on Saturday Night Live, and I really appreciate his politics.
You told one of the witnesses who disagreed with you during an interview that you thought Mr. Baldwin was a cocksucker.
I do not recall saying that.
That's what everyone in Congress knows. Everyone in the Senate knows. When they hit you with it, you always give I do not recall.
The person transcribing the trial right now was like, oh, she went there.
When transcribed, is that C?
Do they have to censor it?
Is that C?
Do they have to use asterisks when
yeah,
they
is there an
transcribe?
asterisk?
Yeah.
I wonder, right?
I don't even know.
I'm sure it's typed out in full, right? It's got to be. Also, is
They
there
televised this,
Is there
didn't they?
do they do the sign language interpreter? Is there a sign language interpreter who has to then motion for?
I wish I could have seen that.
For that, I love that. Have you ever seen the compilations of like the sign language interpreter doing Biden stuff?
Wasn't there like an imposter sign language interpreter at one of Biden's events?
Oh, I don't know if it's at one of Biden's
Wait,
events.
where were they?
Who was just making stuff up?
Was it a concert or what?
There's another 20 there.
Not that Jon Stewart said Daily Wire also reporting JD Vance.
Okay. Well, there you have it. You'll have to stay tuned for Timcast IRL.
We're going to be offering you precisely zero political analysis
tonight
today.
at 8 p.m. for the political analysis around the candidate choice. Did he make it to the UFC event? I thought he did, but then you said that you didn't think.
I never saw that happen.
Okay.
I just saw that he went to New York and he was like golfing the next day.
Well, what we know, guys, is that the movie about the making of Rust will be infinitely more interesting than the movie itself. I wonder how this ends up helping or hurting the box, because there's no way this doesn't get a theater release now, right? It has to get a theater.
Oh no, it's gonna do well because of the trial.
Yeah.
It's the best marketing they could have come up with.
You know what they should do?
But they're making a documentary about the making of Rust?
I don't know. I'm saying they will eventually, but I'm saying they should make a satirical film about this.
I mean, they have Helena
It can be about
Hutchins's death on camera.
It can be a satirical film called Crust, and then they
Crust.
and it's another actor named Alec Baldwin.
Or Thrust.
Crust and Thrust, from the man who brought you Velocipaster.
Amazing.
That's what it should be. And look, people weren't as interested. That's what I found shocking. Like it's hard to believe that the trial was 2022 when they did
Amber Heard
and Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
But you're right. It was a proxy war for men and women. I guess this could be a proxy war between what?
Famous people and not
gun-tubers?
famous people.
Yeah. Like there's just not any interest in the same way.
There was no like way to easily take a side, but I still find the whole thing extremely suspicious.
And
like there's still no actual explanation for how the live round ended up in the gun.
They don't know yet.
Like, how do you not know?
And they won't know because it's not.
They're not going to investigate.
And Helena Hannah Gutierrez Reed is already filing for an appeal. I don't know if that means she's going to get out, but it probably does.
But he could still be civilly sued.
Yes, just like OJ got civilly sued after being acquitted, right?
So we'll have to see.
We'll have to wait and see if that happens. I just thought it was kind of crazy how this one somebody actually lost their life in this, and nobody seemed to be even a quarter as interested as they were hearing about men and women bitch about each other.
Yep.
It is sad.
Says everything you need to know.
I mean, it is, right? Like, okay, so if you're talking about what's going on here, that doesn't really apply to anybody's life. I'm not going to end up on a set where I have to worry about somebody bringing live ammunition and putting it in a prop gun. I'm not going to have to worry about that. But the analog, the comparison to Depp and Heard is that the issues between men and women are easily accessible and understandable to all.
Well, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, it wasn't just a proxy war between men and women on social media. It was also, at long last, a relitigation of the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
It was really the reckoning moment for the Me Too movement. Unfortunately, because Amber Heard was one of the most egregious Me Too liars.
And it doesn't matter because Leslie Headland's over there making stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter because the Harvey Weinstein that exists in Hollywood now is someone we will never know the name of.
Yep.
Or maybe we will in a decade or two.
Longer than that.
There are way more than
right?
just him.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just... We know enough about Quiet on Set and the rest of these studios. It's an ongoing problem.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.